And I know coming back on here is going to open myself up to a lot of judgment and a lot of comments and whatnot, and that's fine. I have a partner who is going to support me through all of it, no matter what. I'm not even going to make my bed, honestly. I'm so over the over-curated, perfectly placed, perfect background content. Like, life just isn't like that. My bed is unmade. It's Sunday. I'm lazy. Am I doing this? Am I really doing this? I don't know. I feel so out of practice right now. How is everyone doing? I just want to start this video off by saying I'm virtually hugging each and every one of you, which realistically could be a whole whopping 7 of you because it's been 4 years since I posted on YouTube and my account is probably dead. If there's even just one person watching this, I'm virtually hugging you. Wow. Should we take a moment of silence? Nah, screw that. I've been quiet for 4 years, so I think we've had enough silence going on. And if you're wondering why I have no makeup on, it's because I figured the best way to do this would be to be doing my makeup because maybe it's less likely that I'll get emotional. Oh, hey, Kristen, it's future you here. Yeah, that entire ideology did not pan out and you cried like a baby, but continue on with your video. I knew getting the first video out of the way was gonna be the hardest. It's funny, for the first time ever, for the first time in 4 years, I just turned my camera on, and the last time I used it was when I was taking my engagement photos, which we all know how that ended. I want to preface this video by saying I have a lot of really young followers. I try to not share too much nitty-gritty on here because I still have kids who I used to teach dance to reach out to me and, hi, Miss Kristen, you used to teach me when I was like 7 years old, and they still follow me on my socials. We are in a really tough place in the whole world as a whole. I try my best to keep my content not so dark and twisty so that it's more light because the world is very heavy. But this video is probably not going to be completely light and airy, so I wanted to preface it by saying whatever we talk about, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I have a life that 4 years ago, oh my gosh, why am I emotional? I have a life now that 4 years ago, if I would have posted a video, I have a life now that if I would have posted 4 years ago when I was in the thick of it, I didn't know that I was still gonna get my shot at a happy ending. I don't know why I'm crying, I think well, the whole theory that if I was doing my makeup I wouldn't cry, that backfired. It's because even if it was a year ago, if you would have asked me, I wouldn't have thought that I was gonna get a chance at a happy ending again. And now that I have it, I don't want to do anything to mess it up or get in the way of it. But yeah, so I just want to preface it by saying it does end on a happy note. I am watching this as I'm editing it, and I'm not even convincing myself that it ends on a happy note, and I know it ends on a happy note. Just keep hanging in there, guys. It's not all heavy. Whew, to a great start. Oh my gosh. I have 2 beautiful dogs, and I know a bunch of you are gonna ask, where's Gigi? I'm not crying because it's sad. I'm crying because she's actually doing really good. She's really happy. She ended up at my auntie's because for the first, a little bit after everything happened in my breakup, I was in no place where I could raise a dog or take care of a dog. I couldn't even take care of myself. But I was super selfish and refused to leave her with my ex because I didn't want him and my ex-best friend to get my dog. I ended up taking her in, and I was really lucky because my aunt has a little dog named Coco, and Gigi bonded to Coco, and I feel like that was her emotional support animal and everything. A lot of you kind of came at me because when I was not doing so good after everything had happened and going just down, a really crappy path, you attacked me because you're like, well, what about your dog? And you just abandoned your dog. And I did feel like I abandoned my dog, but I didn't have the means or the capability of taking care of her. My aunt lives in a big, beautiful house with a big, beautiful backyard and another dog. And I didn't want to keep moving Gigi around while my life was like really up and down and unstable. I didn't want to keep moving her around and making her readjust. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to be so emotional. I think it's because, you know, it's funny, I've been getting a lot of hate because it wasn't until this current relationship that I'm in that I started feeling okay to talk about things. And I was with someone who made me feel like it was okay to talk about things and that I trusted to really talk about things with. You know, he has been one of the most patient, understanding blessings that I could have ever asked for in my life, because he was like, if you don't talk about things, we're never going to get to a good place in our relationship because you have so much healing and hurt from your past one that's affecting how you are letting yourself being able to be loved again and to love again. And I knew he was right. It just took a long time. So it's really only until recently in the last like year where I started being able to even admit to myself that what happened actually happened. And this video is going to be like, oh, you know, I've been getting comments on my TikToks because I like to poke fun at everything, because I did go through an angry phase. Like, this is still, it's like no different than going through like the 7 stages or whatever, how many stages of grief it is. Like, and I went through an angry phase. So making the petty, funny TikToks was the only way that I could kind of just like get out of my own head. Not because I'm missing the situation, but because I never got an apology. Okay, let me just say that. I didn't hear a peep from her after she destroyed my life and took my man. And yes, they're both 50-50 equal, but I never heard from her again. Not once. There was like no closure. And I don't think there's anything anyone could say that would have given me closure. The only person who actually has really helped me get closure is the beautiful human that I'm with now. And frick, I almost ruined our entire relationship for the first 6 months because I was just still so unwell. Like, I'm not going to go into details about how I spent my life the last 4 years because I feel a lot of shame. And I also don't want to talk about some of those subjects on here because I do still have really young followers on here. And I don't want to, yeah. I almost ruined the best thing that's ever happened to me because I let myself become a really shell of a version of myself I can't even admit was myself over the last 4 years. So I'm very thankful to the human that took the time to look at the broken pieces in me and that could look at the broken pieces in me, and instead of saying, I can fix that, how can I help you to fix that for yourself? And that was the difference with the man I'm with now. Makeup's gonna turn out so bad because not a lot can cover up the red splotchy face. This video isn't for me to address all the juicy details. I think it's just me seeing if I can even talk. I have the support of the world from the man that I am with now, and he, bless his soul. I got a comment on my TikTok the other day that was like, oh, actually he got a DM or someone tagged him and was like, oh, aren't you so embarrassed your girlfriend doesn't love you? Her entire social media is a shrine to her ex whom she's not over. And I'll tell you right the hell now, I had every opportunity in the world to have him back and I did not want it. And I still don't want it. And after being in the relationship I'm in now, I'm not thankful for what has happened to me because I would really like to be able to have shortened the healing time of the last 4 years, but I'm thankful to the outcome of what happened to me because I wouldn't be with the person I'm with now. There's a lot of gory details about what actually went down with that entire situation. And I know I've been teasing, oh, I'll do a tell-all, I'll do a podcast, but I'm still trying to reach a place in my life where I'm not letting what I've been through and how it changed me affect the partner that I'm being in the relationship I'm in now. So I'm scared by releasing those details that it's gonna, you know, everyone already comments on the situation. I'm scared that it's going to reopen something in a way that that's all people are going to comment about, and it's going to take away from the fact that this did have a happy ending, and I do get to have my Prince Charming, and I do get to have a good life. What I was dreaming of then is way better now. So that's a huge fear of mine as to why I say something and then I don't say something, if that makes sense. I think I thought conversation was going to flow a lot easier in this video, and I'm a little bit scared right now, so it's not coming out as easy as I was hoping. And I think a huge fear I'm having right now is that the tone of this video is going to make you guys think that I'm not doing well, when this is the best that I've been doing in the last 4 years, by far. From the relationship I'm in now, what I had before wasn't love. So this isn't a video that I'm trying to come across unhealed. This is actually a huge part of my healing process, is being able to admit where my last 4 years were without having to fully say how dark they got. Because again, we try to keep it positive as much as we can. Sometimes petty, but positive on my socials. And I need to get this out of the way so that I can start making content without feeling like every time I sit down or talk to you guys, it's like this elephant in the room, because every message and DM that I get is either an update on the two of those people that have nothing to do with my life anymore, or asking when I'm going to tell you guys every little dirty detail that happened. You know what? Maybe one day that will be a thing. We're just not there. We're just not there. My life is going good, and I don't want to do anything to mess it up. I'm over those people. I'm not over how I think it's myself that I'm not forgiving the most, because I'm not over how I let that dictate the next 4 years of my life. And I'm most angry with myself. Wow, this is a brutal fucking video to get through. I'm the most mad with myself. I'm the most mad that I stopped content creating, because it stopped feeling like a safe space. And I loved content creating so much, and I'm still trying to find my groove in it. And it's like, I'm so lost, because it's still such an evident subject. I think some of you would be shocked. People still message me almost every other day about the two of them, or some kind of update about them. So it's like, okay, do I lean into it? Because obviously this is what the people want, and maybe it'll help me get views to get back on track again, which is what I was trying to do. And then it was the commentary of, oh, this girl's batshit crazy, she's not over it. And it's like, the push and pull is a little exhausting. I've started getting brand deals again, and started getting into a groove again, which is why I'm like, I want to come back to YouTube. I'm hoping now. Why can't I get a word out? This is so embarrassing. Fuck. This is gonna be a really crappy makeup routine, so I'm really glad I wasn't narrating it, because at this point I'm just trying to make my face look less red and blotchy. I don't even know if this is going anywhere. I think I needed to just sit down and get the first initial face-to-face, aka face-to-phone, out here, so that I can start getting back to the things that I want to do. And my life has changed completely. I'm like head over heels in love. I have 2 beautiful dogs who I'm really excited for them to meet Gigi when we go back home to visit my family. Oh yeah, I moved like 5 times in the last 4 years, because I was constantly running away from healing and facing things. This is the first time I've had a home in the last 4 years. I also want to point out, I also had dated other people after my ex, so sometimes my content isn't even directed at him. A lot of it is directed at her, I understand, and you can say, oh, that's so cliche, hate the woman. Well, at least I got an apology from him. I never got one from her. Not that it would have mattered, but and I ended up in, one day maybe I'll talk about it, a really, really abusive relationship after my ex. Like, it was bad, and I don't want to talk about it on here, because we are going to get back to our regular scheduled programming. I am determined. this whole angry, emotional era, we're not going to let it become an era, because I have a lot going good in my life that I want to start sharing. That's what originally made me want to step back into getting into social media. I also didn't want to get in front of the camera for a really long time, because one of the first things I stopped when everything happened was going to the gym, because that was where people I found cornered me the most and were asking me very, very, very personal details about that entire situation, or coming up and filling me in on, oh, well, I just saw them here. And I'm like, it's been a whole 4 days. Like, I don't want to hear this. There's a lot to it. It was in the blink of an eye, everything ripped out from underneath me. And yeah, is that my fault because I let myself even be in a situation where I didn't have anything else to fall back on or anything else going for me? Sure. Everyone, you know, that's another comment. Well, shouldn't this have been your lesson, not to live off of a man and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I lived a traditional wife-style life, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just was young and didn't set myself up for any sort of success. A comment I've been getting again recently, it's like, well, aren't you doing the same thing now with the new guy that you're with? Don't you not work? You guys are so small-minded sometimes. Not all of you, but some of you really are. I will always have things going on behind the scenes that you know nothing about and won't know anything about, but thank you. Face is blotchy. Yeah, so I had stepped away from the camera for a while because I'd gained a ton of weight, and I was self-medicating and self-deprecating in so many ways. Like, my poor friends and family, I had multiple actual interventions in my life that weren't gonna work until I wanted to heal for myself. It just wasn't gonna happen. And God bless my family for standing by me, even though it took this long to get here. Bless my beautiful man who still sees the ugly parts of me, the parts of me that have changed in ways I never hoped for, and loves me no matter what, and loves me endlessly and doesn't make me feel guilty for it. Because trust me, I make myself feel guilty still all the time. I love you guys, and I want to come back on here. Just please give me some grace. When I'm angry, let me be angry. I'm a human being. And to be honest, if you think my funny little TikToks are such jabs and so petty and this and that, if I really wanted to be petty, I could destroy a lot of characters with a lot of the stories that aren't out there. I finally have something good going for me in my life, and I'm really trying to hold on to that and protect it. I don't know what this entire coming back to social media journey is going to look like. I don't know what I'm ever going to be comfortable to tell. I don't know if, because the partner I'm with is letting me heal, it's actually letting me process emotions, and I feel like I'm going through so many that I suppressed to literally stop myself from myself for the last 4 years, because I did try multiple times, and for some reason I'm still here, and I am grateful to be here. That alone as a statement is just like, this feels so like not me. I don't talk about these things. I don't admit these things. I don't know why it feels so embarrassing and it feels weak, but it's the truth. It was not a pretty stage of my life, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to paint some picture that's not true anymore. I'm just gonna, whatever I'm feeling that day, I'm gonna let myself feel. Whatever side of Kristen you guys get is the side of Kristen that you guys get. And I know coming back on here is going to open myself up to a lot of judgment and a lot of comments and whatnot, and that's fine. I have a partner who is going to support me through all of it, no matter what, and I couldn't be more thankful. I feel like I'm getting a little less ugly from all this crying. I want to be able to start sharing the good parts of my life while also still being allowed to acknowledge past parts of my life, because I avoided it for so many years on here. And even though some of you are like, just move on and don't give it any energy, there's a majority of people who are still unfortunately like you let us be so invested and then left, like almost feel entitled to my story, my life, personal details. And I did treat my platforms like you guys were my internet besties. Like, no subject was really ever off limits. So I get it. You guys are kind of like, what the frick? You're usually telling us everything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The answer is I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But I just know I miss having internet friends. And I miss, even though majority of those views were probably creepy men in foreign countries, I do miss doing the odd try-on haul because I love fashion still, and I love dressing up, and I love feeling like a girl and being girly. And you know what's actually weird about all this is the relationship I'm in now brought out, I think before I came across a lot like a try-hard, like truly, and just dressed for the male gaze completely because that's what my ex had wanted me to dress like, and that's not a dig at him, it's the truth. But this is the most feminine I've ever been allowed to be in a relationship, so I feel like I'm dressing in like girly dresses. I have all this stuff I haven't worn because I don't leave the house very often, but that I would love to show you guys in a try-on haul and stuff, because a very different side of me has blossomed and bloomed. Wow, that sounds so corny. In the relationship that I'm in now, I'm addicted to making sourdough. I didn't realize I could cook the way that I do. I love cooking, and I'm actually like pretty good at it. And I really just kind of found like this comfort in the first home I've had in 4 years. I found a comfort and a safety in it, and as ashamed as I am of who I was over the last 4 years and let that whole situation eat me alive, I'm really becoming proud of the person I am now, because I think I actually have let myself learn, finally. And I think I am in a place where I can let myself start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, get excited for it, hope for it. I do want kids. I do just want to be happy, and I never let myself see that before or let myself think that, because I didn't think I ever would be, and now I am. So thanks for listening to my long-winded, overly emotional, just jibber jabber babble, but I kind of just needed to get all the jitters out and get this first video off of my chest so that we can start making other content. You know, maybe we'll revisit the subject again, because maybe as I'm learning, I will be able to actually give insight to girls and people again, because so many of you asked for advice on breakups while I was in the thick of it, and I was in no place that I could give breakup advice, and now I think I am. So yeah, we'll see where the wind takes us, but to maybe the whole 5 of you who tune in, because my channel's been dead, thanks for listening. And until next time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I can't even make it feel like a funny video right now, because it wasn't funny, but bye guys. If you guys do want to end on a happier note, I would love for you guys to meet my dogs. This is Mr. Butterscotch Ripple Lupo. Big stretch. And this is Miss Honey Bun Lupo. And these are my new babies, and I love them so much. I promise they get along. I love you. Okay, now I'll actually say bye. Bye, guys.